Let's take a moment to congratulate Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar just made Grammys history, breaking a record once held by Jay-Z. Kendrick clenching his 26th Grammy Award in his record-breaking career February 1st, becoming the most awarded rapper in Grammys history, beating Jay-Z, who has a whopping 25 Grammys total. Kendrick's history-making trophy was for Best Rap Album for GNX, but he had already snagged 3 Grammys earlier in the day. The 38-year-old thanking God and his fans in his acceptance speech, and having this to say about hip-hop.
Hip-hop is gonna always be right here. We're gonna be in these suits, we're gonna be looking good. We're gonna be having our folks with us. We're gonna be having the culture with us.
What's up, words? Your boy Challz Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join that membership and all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. Sometimes we get so caught up in our day-to-day lives that we get dismissive or almost complacent when we see someone accomplishing things that have really never been done. We'll do a celebratory toast, maybe even do a congratulations post on social media and move on with our daily lives. And I don't know if we really understand how difficult or how crazy some of these things Kendrick Lamar has done in the last 365 days, actually more than that. It's going on 2 years since that battle happened, and the bubble bath rapper was initially dismissive that he could even lose to this guy and kind of feeling himself, right, like Beyonce say. But at the end of the day, we saw a guy who took most of us knew that it would end up bad for the bubble bath rapper, but we had no idea how bad this would end up with that record, Not Like Us, and the subsequent tour and videos and Luther and all these things. By him doing what he just done at the Grammys, capping off an excellent career. I believe he just not like the career is over, it's just getting started, but I believe he won an Emmy too, right? For the Super Bowl. We've never seen anyone do these things. These things are next to impossible. And for one rapper to have accomplished them all in the last year and a half, 2 years, we got to take a moment to salute that rapper. He's done more for hip hop in the last 2 years than some guys will ever do their entire career. So I want to tip the hat because I don't think we take enough time to put all these things together. All these things together. This isn't one man's lifetime achievement. This is the last year and a half, 2 years that this guy broke these records, and I want to discuss him and take my hat off to him and the people around him, the people that helped him get where he is, Top Dog, SZA, people of that nature. But I want to discuss what K-Dot has done, and he don't do no bragging, gang. If half the rappers had done half of this, you would never hear the end of it. They would be on social media reposting themselves, retweeting themselves all day. They would be making raps about how dope they are and how they ran the game. And I think some of these rappers, especially the bubble bath rapper Aubrey Graham, I think he fell into the trap of always talking about his accolades, and it became a thing where that's all that mattered. And that's all that mattered to his fans. And it became a thing where they will always, they rested on their laurels to a point where if all you have is what you already did, then what do you really have? Because as you start to decline, as we start to see you start to not be what you were, we need to see that you're not just about the accolades of the past or always doing things for recognition. K-Dot just does his things. He's quiet. You see him doing push-ups on the beach and shit, or on the boardwalk, right? What was it, in Baltimore or some shit? I don't know. But end of the day, we saw this guy just do the work. We saw him just sit there and shoot the hoops, right? In the gym. You wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym. He was in the gym just doing the work needed to be done. A lot of guys would have folded under this pressure, but I want to salute to K-Dot, and I want to read this article because I don't know if anyone has put all this stuff into perspective into one. I'm going to be honest, all last year, I just keep seeing posts, congrats to Kendrick, this, that. It's so many things that you can't keep up. It was so many things that we've never seen. You couldn't keep up with how many things this guy did and how many things he just did wasn't crying about it. He wasn't on there trying to defend himself, wasn't trying to prove nobody wrong, just did his job. Quietly and effectively, his team is quiet. You don't see a whole lot of nonsense, right? So let me talk about this and have this conversation. Kendrick Lamar becomes the first male artist at the Grammys to consecutively win Record of the Year and the first rapper to win the award twice, right? This is by McKinley. This is an article on the Hollywood Reporter by McKinley Franklin. I like to shout out the reporters who bring the news to they put it all together. Lamar and SZA beat out Bad Bunny, Sabrina Carpenter, Doechii, Billie Eilish, Lady Gaga, Chappelle Rowan, and Rose, and Bruno Mars for the Grammy. That's heavy hitters, gang. That's next level right there. This ain't no easy feat. Just to win that alone would be that would cement most people's careers. Just to beat out these people that's on Sabrina Carpenter, gang. You mean you beat Sabrina Carpenter and Billie Eilish on the same? Listen, gang, this is some unprecedented stuff. I'm just gonna be honest. So right there, and salute to Cher for flubbing it up, right? We love Cher, right? And Cher said the award goes to Luther Vandross. I was in the other room. I came out like, what the hell? I'm looking out like, what happened? What you say? Couldn't rewind it, so I had to wait. But yeah. Poor Cher. They had gave her a Lifetime Achievement Award. She didn't know what to do. She was about to leave the stage, and he's like, no. Trevor Noah was like, can you do us a favor and announce the winner of this like we asked you to like 3 days ago? End of the day, salute to Cher. But let me continue. History was made at the 2026 Grammys with Kendrick Lamar's win in the Record of the Year category, after quite the presentation of the award by none other than Cher. After the Believe singer accepted the Grammy's Lifetime Achievement Award, she mistakenly walked off the stage before presenting second to last title of the night. Once she returned, she flubbed the name of the winner, accidentally announcing Luther Vandross, by the way, coincidentally been dead for a good 20 years, I want to say, at least if I'm not bugging out, right? Simply mixing up the late R&B singer's name with the title of Lamar and SZA's track, Luther. While the presentation of the Record of the Year Grammy was a spectacle in its own, Lamar set quite a few records with the win. He is the first male artist to win consecutively in the Record of the Year category, the first rapper to win category consecutively, and the first rapper to win the honor twice. He won last year for Not Like Us. Salute and congratulations to that man. Homeboy came in that bitch with a suit on, said hip-hop gonna be here forever. We always gonna be at the Grammys. And I know some of you guys tussle with that. I think we about to move to a plane where if you got a problem with the Grammys, that's fine, right? We're not saying that we need the Grammys to solidify and validate what we got going on over here. But at some point, you get rewarded for your work. Right? And at some point, you're not just a Twitter post is not enough, right, gang? And in these spaces, we assimilated to these spaces, and we deserve our awards just like anybody else, and our accolades from our peers and the people that's doing the music at a high level as we expected, right? These are high level people getting to vote on this stuff. These are your peers, and I know people like to say he's a Grammy darling. Well, you don't become a Grammy darling for doing a lot of trash. Right? I didn't see the insult, right? I know, and I go back and watch my video when they called him a Grammy. Joe Budden called K. Dot a Grammy darling, right? Which I'm like, okay, and like, so at the end of the day, it sounds like an insult, but that just means they prefer what you're doing. Your music, the music that you produce, they look forward to it. They engage in it and they like it and they want to award you and reward you. And that's what a Grammy darling is. I know it sounds sus, right? But at the end of the day, all that means is they really appreciate the work you put in the studio. Let me continue. Producer Soundwave acknowledged Cher's misstep during the acceptance speech for the Grammy. First and foremost, let's give a shout out to the late great Luther Vandross, as the track itself samples Vandross and Cheryl Lynn's 1982 song, If This World Were Mine's a classic song. It's a record so great, gang. They were already halfway there with sampling that. They really started off with a good foundation. Let's just be honest. And I put a post up, a tweet. A lot of people agree with me. I said, I never really knew what Soundwave looked like until tonight, right? Forgive me. I didn't know what that nigga looked like. I'm just going to be honest. Let me continue. Lamar reiterated Soundwave's sentiment, noticing, to echo what he said, this is what music is about. Luther Vandross, this is special for me. I got to take my time. It's one of my favorite artists of all times, and they granted us the privilege to do our version of it. When we got that clearance, I promise you, we damn all near dropped a tear, because we know how much you and Cheryl poured into that record. Lamar continued. And being able to put our vocals on it, it proves that we were somewhat worthy to be just as great as them individuals. And they granted us that. You know they said no cursing, though. Can't curse on it, which is a reasonable request. Shouldn't be cursed on it any goddamn way. Let me keep it pushing. Lamar also sung praise to his Luther collaborator, SZA, adding, I want to appreciate and give thanks to SZA. I just want to say thank you to Kendrick for lifting me up, she added. I'm just a small part of this record, but what I really wanted to say is please don't fall into despair. SZA continued, I know right now is a scary time. I know the algorithms tell us it's so scary and all is lost. There's been world wars, there's been plagues, and we have gone on. We can go on. We need each other. We need to trust each other and trust ourselves. Trust your heart. We're not governed by the government. We're governed by God. And I thank you so much. May God bless you. She's right. It's a troubling time. There's a lot of nonsense, and some of these rappers are contributing to it. Right? They running down the wrong path. History will not be kind. Right? And I got a video coming on some of these rappers that's going down the wrong path. But let me continue. Lamar shouted out Vandross and Lynn once more at the end of the acceptance speech. So with that being said, we'll continue to move like that. Luther forever. Cheryl, thank you so much. If you're out there listening, watching, we appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. Luther forever. Thank y'all. And his record of the year win comes after he set yet another record as the most decorated rapper at the Grammys. Kendrick beat Jay-Z's total of 25, earning a total of 27 after Luther took home the coveted honor. See, records are meant to be broken, and they always got somebody coming along. If you do 25, somebody sooner or later, if they're as good as you, gonna do 26, right? I believe Tupac said somewhere there's a young man out there gearing up to be better than Tupac, right? So Kendrick is that young man, right? On his uncle's shoulders, watching Tupac film what video was that? Him and Dr. Dre was filming. Maybe they was filming California Love or one of them videos. I know Kendrick was there in the crowd watching Tupac film that video. But I don't want to stop just there because yes, he beat Jay-Z. Got more Grammys than Jay-Z, well-deserved, right? Right or wrong, he got more Grammys than Jay-Z, and that is a huge accomplishment. That's not like overnight shit. That's years in this business doing at a high level, right? There's a lot of other rappers wish they can get one, right? A lot of rappers wish they can get two. This guy got 27 Grammys, right? Let me continue. At the 68th Annual Grammy Awards in February 2026, Kendrick Lamar was the most nominated artist of the night with 9 nods. He got 9 Grammy nominations, gang. He won 5 of them. Gang, this stuff, congratulations. Not like this stuff, people don't always get to hear congratulations. Just a simple congratulations. It is what it is. Let me continue. 2026 Grammy wins. Best Rap Album, GNX, won for that. Record of the Year, Luther with SZA. This made Kendrick one of only 4 acts ever to win this category in back-to-back years. Best Melodic Rap Performance with Luther. He beat out some people. And just interesting nugget. Drake and Party Next Door submitted their record. I believe it was Someone to Love Me. They submitted their record for Grammy consideration. I don't know if that record got a nomination, but they did. There was news that they submitted for a good minimum of 5 categories off that Some Sexy Songs for You. Just in case you didn't know, I did a whole video about it. I don't know how many of them actually made it past that submission process to be nominated. That's another topic for another day. Let me continue. Best Melodic Rap Performance, Luther. Best Rap Song, TV Off, featuring Lefty Gunplay. Salute Lefty Gunplay, who is surprisingly, not even surprisingly, he should be very appreciative, and I love to see that. He's very he really wants to acknowledge Kendrick for what he's done for him, right? And he's not like hiding off like yo, look what I did. He's showing his appreciation, saying, listen, Kendrick put me on. Without Kendrick, none of this is possible, and I salute him for that. Let me continue. Best Rap Performance, Chains and Whips, as a featured artist with the Clips. You do get a Grammy for that if you're on the record, so he got a Grammy. I know people were like, kind of like debating if Freddie Gibbs will get that Grammy, I was on Twitter saying, did Freddie really win for that record? I believe with Leon Thomas, he's on the Mutt song. And some people in my comments saying he can't get a Grammy for that because he's not on the record long enough. I don't know if that's true or not, but Freddie reposted it anyway. So I don't know if Freddie Gibbs really got that Grammy with that Mutt record. That remains to be seen. We'll do some independent research and figure that out in the future. But let me continue. Notable nominations. While dominating the rap field, Kendrick missed out on the following general field categories. Album of the Year, he lost to Bad Bunny. Salute to Bad Bunny. Song of the Year, he lost to Billie Eilish, Wildflower. Best Pop Duo, he, I guess, 30 for 30 and Historic Milestones. With his win for GNX, Kendrick has now won Best Rap Album 4 times Salute to that. That's another. These are just these things you can't overlook these things or gloss over them. These are serious accomplishments. More than any artist except Eminem, right? Consecutive nominee. GNX was the fifth consecutive studio album. His fifth consecutive studio album to be nominated for Album of the Year, making him the first solo artist in history to achieve this feat. The winning streak, this marked the second year in a row that he took home 5 Grammys in a single night. Gang, this stuff is unheard of. It's unheard of, and this guy's doing it with a smile, with an afro picking his hair, gang. This guy is doing this shit the right way. But I also want to talk about, not only did he do that, he did the GNX tour. I told you I went to see the tour in Boston. Had great seats. I had a video up on YouTube. The video was beautiful. People was watching it, thanking me for posting it. It was only like 8-9 minutes long. And 3 weeks after I posted it, it was I love that video. But 3 weeks after I posted it, I got a copyright strike. UMG took that shit down and said, you got 1 of 3 strikes. 2 more strikes, your channel is deleted, gang. So you can rest assured you will never see me post another concert video of anybody for no reason. But I had a great time at the concert. It was a beautiful night. I enjoyed the show. Floor seats, they was right there. I got fixated on the weird-ass praying mantises I had out there, but that's neither here nor there. Let me continue. The GNX tour exceeded $332 million. In the U.S., it did $256.4 million, and the tour is now the highest-grossing joint tour ever. Kendrick Lamar, SZA passed Drake and 21 Savage. It was all a blur tour. I believe that's what it was called. They passed that tour as the highest grossing joint tour in history, gang. So it is what it is. These guys did stuff, didn't even brag on it. You didn't hear this motherfucker make one video talking about, yeah, I got that, I did that, as most rappers would, right? Imagine French Montana had did that. You would never hit the end of it. Let's just be honest. But I'm going to be like this. Salute, Kendrick. You still doing it right. You doing it with hip-hop. And I'm glad that the clips got that even though Kendrick attached to it, I needed the clips to get something, gang. And I know it's a caveat. Well, Kendrick on it, da-da-da. Doesn't matter. Salute to the clips for getting that. But shout out for Kendrick still respecting these rules of this game, gang. And this guy would do all this stuff and go to the Grammys in the suit and still go to war at wartime instead of backing out and apologizing, this, that, and the third, or being salty and doing a lawsuit because he lost or won or anything in between, right? So this guy's a stand-up individual. He learned the rules of the game, and he respects them. And we need those rules to stay in place. And people like me going to always be here to speak out when you break them and to congratulate you when you do the thing right, all right? Listen, man. Salute to K-Dot. Salute to everybody that's involved with that. Salute to Soundwave, all right? I'm out of here, man. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Congratulations on the whole team, PG Lane, and this, that, and the third, man. We appreciate what you guys doing to this game, all right? CLBMG, head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on The West Show, me, TJ, and Fliz, on all 8 of my social media platforms around 9:15, 9:30. Tap in with us, rock with us. We had a crazy show last week. It was called the trial of J. Cole for crimes against hip-hop. It was a great episode, one of our best, man. Go lock in and watch that. All right, man. Also, check out that video. Me, TJ, and Fliz, we barking on that record. It's a record called The What Project. We about to perform at the Smith & Wesson Onyx show this Friday. Tap in Rhode Island at the Strand. Lock in with your boy. All right, I'm out of here, man. I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim, and left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within, with the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin, with the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin, and then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.